All right, so today it's for the Jeep yet. We're going to do a little work on the derby cars. Newport, which is this car, we're going to be swapping in this Ford 9-inch because the rear end that is currently in this car is not mine. It belongs to the guy I got the car from. We got a measure where the leaves are, axle length, set the leaf spring perches on the 9-inch, and then we should be able to jack up the rear end and undo the tires, pull the GM 10 bolt out, slide the 9-inch in, and get it set up and ready to go in. That way, once the 9-inch pinion brake comes in, you can get that all set up, get the pinion brake all plumbed in, so the car will have rear brakes instead of the front brakes, and we can get drivetrain built and put in. We're going in with a built small block Chevy with a turbo 350 transmission, custom built driveline, that's the custom built slider shaft, and we're gonna send some pictures in to the techs for the juab derby to see if we can keep that piece in, which is kind of like a shield, because the engine, when we had an engine in here, the distributor and all that sat all the way back here into the firewall. Let's see if those motor mounts are legal, or if I have to cut those out and read them. We can leave the pulley protector in. We're going to leave the kickers in. Probably going to change the steering column. Going to change the seat. We're going to put in a 4-point harness. So we're going to use a bucket seat similar to the one we have back here in this car. Put a plastic bucket seat in so we can run the 4-point through the hole and through the side holes like this over here, so that they don't go. We're going to put that battery box in the car, that training cooler in the car, and possibly that fuel cell. If we don't get the fuel cell that came in the Newport, if we can't get it patched. And then this car, the motor come out. We'll put this uncover it. We're out because we got to replace the transmission in this car. And we're going to go into this car with another turbo 350. And it's going to be a bear to pull this out, because the last derby this car ran in, I got smoked pretty good right here on a red flag, and it shoved everything in here tight, and it was already pretty tight to put the hood back on anyways. So that's going to be fun. That's for a different video. This car, this car is a 91 Mercury Grand Marquis I built in 2021, and we're gonna try to junk it this year at the Wyoming State Fair. Got a buddy that's gonna be bringing a Chrysler Imperial to that derby. we're gonna try to junk it on that Imperial. And like I said, this car's going to Utah. This car's way too built for Wyoming. We're going to take it to Utah. We're going to try to junk it in Utah. We got 2 shows in Utah is going to that we're going to try to junk it in. We're going to take it to Juab first and August 9th in Juab County, Utah. And then we're going to take it to Halloween Havoc in October. I believe that's in Salt Lake. But if you want tickets to the Juab show, they're on sale right now. They've been on sale since April 1st. If you guys want to see me run my car there, get a ticket, come down. We're going to do a video of it. We're going to build a mount for a GoPro on the cage. Probably hang one off that bar back there. And we'll probably put one up here off the dash bar. I'll probably get a hold of my buddy Mafia TV and pick up a couple motor mounts from them, because they got really good motor mounts. If you want a camera mount, if you guys want a camera mount for your derby cars or tough trucks, get a hold of them. They're pretty solid. Their mounts don't flop around, unlike the mount I did last year in the Merc. It flopped, and all you could see for the longest time was the floor pan, until I shut the car down and realized, oh hey, my GoPro's pointing it the wrong direction. So let's get started with measuring stuff. So we're going to measure this 9-inch from flange to flange. And flange to flange, it is 60.5. Come down here below the car on this 10 bolt. We got about 57 and I don't know, 3/4-ish from brake drum backing plate to brake drum backing plate. We'll bring it in center of the rear of the leaf, roughly. That is 44.5. So we're going to want to set that the leaf spring perch is 3 inches from the flange, so it'll be a total of 6 inches between the two. So it should put center of leaf spring perch, the center of leaf spring perch at 44.5, and then it should just go right into the car. We'll reuse the lower plate here on both sides because they're the lower plates for this car. The U-bolts off this rear end because they're my U-bolts. And then should have 9-inch in here. Probably won't weld the mounts to the 9-inch quite yet, till we get the drivetrain in here so we can make sure the yokes line up. That way there's no weird binding. Or I might just stick it in here, weld everything together, and just say screw it and just send it. But unlike that car behind the Merc, the back end of this car I probably won't make stiff. It has a little bit of bounce to it. Pull these shocks out. We don't need them. We'll probably put, we do put shocks in here. We'll probably put a different set in. Probably put a short set in so it's everything's a little bit tighter, but we're not all the way tight, because I don't know what this car will do with the amount of power I plan on putting in it. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna pull the center section and the axles so we can measure along the flat face, so we can get an accurate measurement on where we need to mark to put our leaf spring purchase. If I remember correctly, the gears in this diff are really low. Not like 410s, but they're like 324s or some shit like that. 248s. I go get a prop bar. All looking side there, supposed to be spider gears in that hole. There's not. It means there's a mini spool on this rear end, which means this rear end has posi track, which is part of the reason why it's going into a derby car. Because you want positive traction as you're driving in a derby arena. You get off berms easier. If for some reason you lose a back tire, you can still move. In my opinion, posi track rear ends are a lot better for derby. But that's just my opinion. Someone might say I'm wrong. They say we need a 44.5. There we are. 59.75. So that is a 15.25 difference, so that's 15.25. So we measure 15.25 See, that is 7.5. So we made, let's come off this, 7.5. Center. And 1/2 center. So 1/2 center. 45. Seven and a half to the inside. Let's go 8 to center of the perch. They're gonna have to hold this down. We're gonna have to widen right there where the paint touches, so they'll sit flush. Then we can bolt this together. I can weld it in. And we'll cut this bracket off, this bracket off, and this bracket off, so we don't need them, because this rear end was set up for a dirt track car. Here's the other brackets off this side. That's how we're going to do that. And then we can start getting this ready to go in the car. And we can wheel it around and eventually get the drivetrain stuff in it once the engine's built. Alright. Well, didn't take it into the shop like I said I was going to. But instead I did the next best thing. Stuck it in the car. That way I could roll it around, and then weld everything together once I get the chance to get it in the shop, which probably won't be till we stick the drivetrain in it. But now Big 10 bolts out and the locked 9 inches in. Thanks for watching.